Hi there, my name's Brian Plunkett. This is my presentation on the intercultural experience that me and my family experienced a couple weeks ago. I come from an intercultural family. My mom was born and raised in Japan. My dad's from Alabama. Weird combination. My dad was stationed in Japan in the Navy, and that's where he met my mom. When they moved, they got married and moved back to Alabama because that's where all that my dad knew. And my parents weren't super excited, or my grandparents weren't super excited about their interracial marriage, so they ended up moving out to California. So I've just grown up in a very intercultural family. My mom loves ethnic food. I got that from her as well. My brother, he kind of got more of my dad's palate. So my dad's version of ethnic food is Taco Bell. So for me, I love flavor. I love different things. So if it's Ethiopian, if it's Indian, if it's Chinese, Japanese, obviously being Japanese, that's a big thing. Get homemade Japanese food. It's always nice. But my favorite, if I could have one type of ethnic food for like the rest of my life, it would definitely be Thai food. I don't know what it is about Thai food, but it is just the combination of different flavors and just the curries and the spices and the different things that kind of go into it is just one of my favorites. And so we were visiting my parents for New Year's, that we were celebrating Christmas with them late because my wife had to work at the hospital on Christmas, so we were kind of celebrating Christmas late. But whenever me and my wife come into town, she's a big ethnic food fan as well. Her and her parents lived on the mission field in Africa for her kind of high school time period, so they're big on ethnic food as well. So whenever my wife and I come into town, we always my mom's always like, hey, where can we get, is there a new ethnic place that she wants to try out, something that she can go and try. And so she's been wanting to try this place called Pattaya Thai. She said she heard good things, but she had never been there before, and she's gone to different places. They live in Bella Vista, Arkansas, so kind of, again, in one of those smaller towns here in the Midwest. So we went to it, and the first thing I noticed was the name. Okay, so it's Pattaya Thai, but it's also called Pattaya Thai and Sushi. And that was kind of like, okay, why is sushi like a part of that? That's not Thai. Sushi is more of a Japanese or a Chinese dish. And this kind of ties into like just my experiences here with Thai food in general in the Midwest. It's not always Thai. Like I had this spot in San Luis Obispo. If you guys are ever up in that neck of the woods, I highly recommend a place called Thai Boat. And these people are from Thailand. Like from there, they actually go back every year for a month during probably around like March time, springtime, and they go back to visit family, of course, but also to get all the spices that they're looking for the year. And so they go back there and they bring back all the authentic spices and the things that they need for the restaurant. And so being Thai, it's super authentic, it's really good. And so kind of my experiences that have been here in the Midwest is, at least in Columbia, which is where I'm living right now, Columbia, Missouri, Thai food's awful. It's just bad. Like even the people that live there are like, oh, you gotta try this Thai food place, it's really good. I go there, I'm like, this is nothing, this is terrible. So I was a little skeptical going in. When we first walked in, first thing I recognized that it was there's a Chinese family that owns it. So that was kind of one thing I noticed. The fact that they also had sushi. I saw some Japanese decorations. So we already, just from the get-go, I could already recognize the fact that this was going to be more of a Thai, or not really a Thai, more like of an Asian fusion type of thing. So I was really kind of skeptical, like, all right, well, see if the food's really good. So we ordered kind of our standard basic things. We got spring rolls, coconut suyu, which is tom kha kai. It's tom kha. We got it with beef, so it's not kai, because I think kai means chicken in Thai. So tom kha, which is a coconut-based soup with lemongrass. Pad Thai, green curry, and a pad keema. It's kind of like with flat egg noodles with basil and garlic and stuff. Those are kind of usually I use those as my standard dishes. And so I personally judge a Thai restaurant based on if it's good pad Thai. I mean, that should be a staple. It's one of those things that just should be good. So going into it, I'm like, okay, well, let's order, and got our food. It was really good. I thought the flavor was really good. You know, different combinations of the spices and the fish sauce and everything like that. It was a good combination. So that was encouraging. So we found a really good Thai place. Would it be better than my spot Thai boat in California? No, but it was pretty good. Also helps that my mom was paying, so I'm all good for that. So anyways, when it came to drinks, my mom got green tea, Japanese green tea. Interesting. I looked in the cooler that they had. They had Japanese beer. Sappora's kind of a big popular one. I don't drink beer, but that's what they had. My wife got a Thai coffee. I got Thai iced tea. It was good. It's hard to mess Thai iced tea up. But it's just, it's little things like that. They had sushi. You can get sushi. And I'm like, okay, that's not really Thai. Like I said, the decorations, I saw like a Japanese art picture with a gal dressed up in her kimono. I saw a Japanese koi statue. Just, again, a kind of a combination of Asian fusion more than just just being a very authentic just Thai restaurant. Like I said, in Thai boat, they still have like the pictures and the president or the emperor and just like different landmarks from Thailand that they're like in their restaurants. So you can definitely see that. That's why I guess I'm a little more familiar with it. The difference between Asian fusion versus like a true Thai place. Anyways, food was good. One of the interesting things that kind of came up was it was either the 31st or the 1st. I don't remember exactly what day it was, but we wished our server Happy New Year because we just celebrated Happy New Year, and she's like, "Oh yeah, it's New Year's." And I was thinking, why is it how did you forget it was New Year's? It's the 1st. Everyone knows that's the New Year's. And then we were talking about it, me and my wife and my mom were like, "Oh yeah, Chinese New Year. It's not until later." So Chinese New Year's in February. This year it's February 16th, the year of the dog. So that was just kind of we didn't offend her. She was just like, "Oh yeah," and it was just it just didn't really I didn't put it together until later. Oh yeah, they don't celebrate New Year's for another month and a half, so it wasn't kind of on their radar. That's and so just kind of going on with a lot of the lessons I learned through everything. It's just that was the one thing that I think I miss the most out of from California is the cultural diversity. I'm from the Bay Area. I almost think white people are the minority in the Bay Area. I think it was I looked up the demographics based on the San Jose city website, and I think white people were at 42%, Asians were at 34%, but it was just you got so many different types of cultures. I think what that ties into is then you get really good ethnic food, and I kind of base a cultural awareness and cultural levels based on really good food. If you're gonna have when you have better food restaurants and stuff, you're gonna have the different cultural and the ethnicities around that area. And so in order to kind of find that, we have to go to Kansas City, we have to go to St. Louis. My wife's family's from Kansas City, so we do get to go there and find some spots. We've been to St. Louis a couple times. A really good Thai place, hole in the wall, right around I don't even think a lot of people know about it, but we had a friend that's from St. Louis, told us about it. We went there. It's still the best I've had in the Midwest, but still does not it's not Thai boat worthy. So that's my shout out to Thai boat in San Luis Obispo. And so when it comes to that cultural diversity, one thing that I have realized is how important it is for, I think, people around here, the Midwest, to have maybe a class like intercultural communications, because it's just not as common. In the Bay Area, in California, there's so many different types of people, and so you kind of get almost more practice to be able to interact with different cultures and stuff because you're around it more. Here in the Midwest, sadly to say, my in-laws on my wife's side, like, they still are from that old Midwest slash South mentality, and so that was a semi sticking point. Apparently, like her grandparents that were my wife's grandparents that passed away, like she probably wouldn't have approved of her marrying me because of the fact that I'm not all white. So it's just, I almost feel like people who've kind of grown up in this area, and it's not a knock on them, I just don't think it's just as common for them. They just don't really recognize that. So I could see how a class like this would be super beneficial if they could take it at Mizzou, which is University of Missouri, where I live in Columbia, where it'd be more of a benefit. I coach a club volleyball team, and a lot of my girls they grew up in Columbia, lived there, are from smaller towns outside of that, and like we go to Kansas City and like, oh, there's lights, there's ethnic food, I've never had Indian food. We're like, where have you been? Well, they've lived in a small town in the Midwest, which is exactly it. And so, all that to say, I feel like I have a pretty good idea of different cultures. My wife, or my mom being Japanese, my wife being from the mission field, I went on a lot of missions trips with my church. I think that really helped me gain a good, healthy perspective. I love just learning about other cultures, different ethnicities, different nations, my favorite. And so I think that helps, and just how to interact. And I think looking at the different videos and different things that we've covered in class, if you can have a genuine hunger for learning and a curiosity for what's going on in other places, I think that can alleviate a lot of the stresses and the maybe frustrations or limitations that maybe people have in communicating. So anyways, this has been a great class. Thank you so much for listening. It might have gone a little long, but have a wonderful day. Thank you.